Hello guys. As you've probably already seen, Valve has crashed the market once again. So as someone who's already been invested in this scene for quite a while, as you can see on my profile, I've been in this scene for well over a decade now. I wanted to give you my opinion on this whole thing. But let's dive into this, and right off the bat I wanted to tell you that do your own research always, don't take anyone's word for granted. It will come as it will come. Nobody knows what will happen from here on. So, what has happened? Counter-Strike 2 has released an update, which is called Retakes Us Back. Funnily enough, they've retaken the market from Chinese people and manipulators, in my opinion, so the name is pretty fitting. Let's look into this. So, right now, you can trade 5 covert skins into 1 gold skin. This is the entire reason why the market cap has crashed from $6 billion to $4 billion just overnight. So it's $2 billion of market cap vaporizing in under an hour, basically. To understand this whole grasp of thing, you can compare this to the 2017 trade lock ban. I think it was 2017, where everybody was crashing out that Valve has just broken the market. But as we can see, it has always been growing over the last years pretty steadily with some ups and downs. But right now it was only up in the long term, and this is just not sustainable. So they have changed basically the entire concept of how skins work, and this is something many people have a lot of uncertainty about, because let's see what most people are saying on this comment in the comment section on Twitter. It's pretty negative. Everything you see is quite negative. Oh, I've lost quite a lot of money. For example, here I'm just a college student. The money I worked so hard to earn was only for buying a skin I like. After you update, the in-game item I bought with my hard-earned part-time money has become worthless. Congratulations, CS2, you've lost a player who truly loved this game. And this is an L take, in my opinion, because it has always been this this extreme for quite basically as long as skin exists. You have to understand that in a market where you can do these kinds of pricing jumps, there's always a risk involved. It's never going to be for granted that you're just going to make money off of it. This never works like this. Otherwise, everybody would put their money into this. To understand the entire thing that has happened, there is basically only covert skins right now on the market on the front page, and cases, of course. Cases will always be there, but most of the things are covert skins, which were just not too expensive not too long ago. For example, this AK Legion of Anubis jumping from $6 to €6 to 35 and now 40. This is obviously not natural. Same thing for the SSG Dragonfire, which has been going for €20 around about. That has now climbed to 240, and my prediction is it's going to climb even higher. Why is that so? Because, contrary to most believing, I do not think that this update is going to change too much. Let's look at the knives, for example, as well, because they've been going down pretty significantly. For example, the flip knife Doppler, which is quite a popular knife, has fallen from €600 to 260 in just one day. Or let's make it exact, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. So in 2 hours it dropped by half of its value. The people who sold just have paper hands. They were ready to be sorted out, in my opinion. Because somebody who really understands the whole value of these things will not just panic sell because of one update before even thinking about it, right? You just have to be completely unaware of the things that have happened in the past and just be completely new to the market to overreact by this much. That's my personal opinion, of course. You can feel differently. I'm very happy for you to let me know in the comments. Also, excuse my English. I'm from Germany, so I don't speak very fluent. But yeah, this is basically the thing that has happened. So, what do we take from this? For example, one interesting aspect about all of this is how the trade-ups work. One common example for this is the trade-up that I've been doing right now, obviously not financial advice. I will show you something. I've done about I've done 5 trade-ups for now because I just want my dream knife, because I love it as a collectible. I don't really care about the money in this sense when it comes to knives. I just see them as a cosmetic, and this is how they should be seen, not as an investment or anything else. They should be seen as a cosmetic, because you cannot just go like, oh, I'm going to invest into a gray market which can be taken down basically in any second. This entire thing is a gray market. Why? Because Valve owns your skins. You do not ever own your skin. It's just a license that they give to you for you to use the skin, but you never own the skin at any point. So what I've been doing is putting M4A1S Chanticus fires in very bad floats, for example well-worn to field tested, into a contract, and they will give me factory new knives because they are float capped. For example, this flip knife Doppler came out 0.03. This Bayonet Doppler came out 0.024. Because they're float capped. It's pretty simple. With this entire update, they've also changed how the trade-ups work. So this thing here you see is the same thing for fillers, but this is an entirely different topic. I'm not going to talk about this now. And why am I not concerned, you might ask? Well, there's one easy way to find out what the impact really is. First of all, you can look at the market and see that, let's take my skin that I've just shown you, for example, M4A1S Chanticus Fire. You will see that it's going for about 72 euros right now, and I'm going to say that by the end of the year, it's probably, as I said, not financial advice, except if Valve, of course, makes another fuck up. They will rise to about 150 to, yeah, 150 euros, maybe. Why do I think this? Because the Chroma knives are basically the most desirable knives you can find. It's the gems, the fire and ices, and the classic knives, so the Karambit, M9 Bayonet, normal Bayonet, flip knife. You basically only have one bad hit, which would be the gut knife. Everything else is premium shit. So this is a contract which will very likely just be not affordable at a very certain point in future, which is not too close. Because in my opinion, the knives are not going to be going down much further. Everybody's expecting that on 31st of October, of course I might be proven wrong on 1 week, prices are going to fall. But in all honesty, I think the dip right now has this drop figured into it. It has already calculated. It's already calculated in, because this just does not happen naturally. The drop from 6 billion to 4 billion euros, dollars in this case. It has already gone up again. It's very bad. You cannot really see it, but it's already starting to go up. You can see with a lot of different knives. Let's take another example. Karambit lore. Field tested, which is one I traded up for. It has been recovering pretty steadily, and most of the time it's not really sold much cheaper. Of course, there are some for 413, but those people are just not very intelligent, in my opinion. Or maybe they are very intelligent and I'm just stupid. That could also be the case. So to come to my point why I'm not very afraid of anything here, is one easy way to track this entire update is CSGOFloat. So what I've done here is taken my Bayonet Doppler, which I've also traded up to in phase 2, and you sort by recently updated, search in database, and you can easily track where they originate from. So in this example, found in crate, crafted. These two are crafted. Crate, crafted. So I've done my research and I found out almost 80% of the knives I've seen here. Of course, this is excluding private inventories and everything, but just as many people are opening cases in private inventories as they are doing trade-ups. So this can still be taken as a piece of information at least. There is still a lot of knives going into the ecosystem. It has always been like this. Just look at how many cases are being opened. It's just too easy. You can see. Case tracker. Sorry, I've just not done this. This is also my first video, sorry. For example, there are 8 million Dreams and Nightmares cases opened every month. What exactly does this mean? For 8 million, to simplify it, it's not 7.9 million. For 8 million cases, you have 1 in a 361 chance to drop a knife. So in these 8 million cases, there have already been 22,160 knives printed. So for every knife, basically, there has already been 2.5, roundabout, of course, red skins that have been crafted. In the past, they have been completely useless. The skins that have been going for €3, they were just not desirable, but now they are. And Steam profits from that, because I think that Steam, on the day of this update, has made their record revenue on a single day. Just, you can math it out pretty easily probably, and find out how many are being sold. Let's take, I have one filler here still. It's the 5.7 Monkey Business Field Tested, and it has been sold 443, and that's not even a red skin. It's a pink skin which you use to trade up to red skin in this case. So there has always been quite a lot of influx of items and knives into the community market. And to prove my point further, just one bit. For example, the M4A1, let's do this in reverse. For example, the M4A1S Chanticos Fire has about 170,000 items in stock, or the stock of this item is 187,000. First of all, you have to count out all the people that have opened it and forgotten about it. There's so many people. You can check into your friends list who are not online, who still have some skin lying around. Most of these are going to be locked in these containers. It's a trader's market. Counter-Strike has become a trader's market, and right now it's a buyer's market, I think, because the traders are too scared to do anything right now, and you can stack up on things. But as I said, not financial advice, I'm going to say it again. This is why I'm doing the, in my opinion, most valuable trade-up that you can do, because these skins, as I said, it's just way too worth it right now in comparison to opening a case to do these trade-ups here and the Chroma collection. These knives are probably cooked because they're, as I said, still going to be inflated. There's still going to be like an influx of maybe 10% of these knives more than usual through cases. But that's a good thing, because why does this entire thing actually, or how does this affect the cases? So if my theory is correct, and the knives will recover pretty soon, which I've indirectly said, the red skins should increase to a point where it's not worth it to do the trade up anymore, except for the skin if it's very rare and maybe also desired, then of course it might still have quite a high price. But in most cases, for example in the Hydra case, which has very special gloves, the 5.7 Hyper Beast should never be a €200 skin. This has happened because probably Valve wants to make a cut from it as well, to every single skin they're selling. Yeah, so this is basically my take on it. I'm pretty chill right now, and yeah, if you have any kind of questions or something you want to talk about in the comments, you can leave a comment here, and I'm going to answer it to 100%. And I'm very down to discuss with you. Also, I'm cooking up something. Maybe if you want to see another video, just tell me, because I want to do an entire update on Valve's strategy, another update video, because Valve is strategically changing stuff to minimize risks of shutting down the entire market, in my opinion. The most predominant example for this is trade reversals and terminals, which basically give you an NFT-like ownership certificate. So if you're down to see something out of this and hear my thoughts, just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you guys.